Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to the Rocksmith 2014 live stream in corpore. And I'm very glad to say that we worked out that weird camera glitch that didn't make sense to any of us. That was not shtick, sadly. We realized we should have played it off as shtick, but that was legitimate mistakes. But you know what? Hey, why not? It is only appropriate. If you've been with the stream for a long time, you know that we have had some weird technical glitches over the past 2 years. And so why not have one sneak in just to say hello to remind you of the good old days? As a representative of the good old days, my name is Dan Amrick. I'm the community developer on behalf of Ubisoft Studios San Francisco and Rocksmith 2014. And, well, we have a full show today, and I might as well just introduce the guests now. Jared McAdams.
Hey.
Hi, coming back. Haven't been on the show for a long time. So busy.
Yeah, well, I had to grow out my beard, man.
Right. Yeah, I know. I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
On behalf of those of us that can't grow them, thank you for
I was shamed.
Really
I mean, Travis came in and really upped the game.
Ridiculous. And Josh Mast, who you may remember as a starting guitarist. You're a producer on the title, and you make things happen here, but most importantly, you sit at your desk and go like this a lot, staring at Rocksmith. And I said, people have asked for you to come back, and what's the next time you can come back? And you said, oh, well, actually, there's a song this week that I think I could do.
Yes.
Great. So we'll get to that. We have a mix of music this week from the 2000s. Pretty odd variety, too. I'm a big fan of the Panic at the Disco song myself. Not to tell you that that's the best one in the pack, but it is. You can decide on your own. We'll show you the trailer, and we'll be back with these two guys with our first song and then our first giveaway. So thanks for showing up. Here we go.
Back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what I mean? Back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way. And now I know what I mean. Back to the street, back to the place, back to the room where it all began. Back to the room where it all began. 'Cause it's night in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do.
That's where we are this week. We're back in the 2000s. Where were you back in the 2000s?
Right here. That's a lie. I wasn't right here.
I was going to say, no, you weren't. You
I
were
was listening to Against Me, though.
I was going to say, you were like in college at best, probably, because you're this young, fresh-faced.
The very early
right
leading
out?
edge of the 2000s, 2001.
I was old. I don't know about you. Jared, where were you?
I'm still old.
Yeah, well, you are. You're older than you've ever been right now.
That's right.
And now?
Now I'm
even
older still, yeah.
Yeah, where were you in your life in the 2000s?
Man,
when these
I was
songs
just
were
out doing the magic, making it happen. You know.
Unemployed, huh?
Yeah. No, I was doing magic at kids' birthday parties.
As Josh alluded, our first song is Thrash Unreal by Against Me! Which has the exclamation point, sort of like, jab! Thrash Unreal, this was one that you said, this rhythm seems very approachable. I think I could do this one on the stream. So how much did you practice in advance? Or are you just going to do what the real Rocksmith note tracker people do and wing it and go, I didn't have time, I was busy making new DLC?
No, I spent time. I'm still learning.
I spent time.
My wife knows this song now. I played it at home.
Oh, good.
Everybody knows this and has heard this plenty. I actually, because I'm a fan of Against Me. I've listened to their music, so it was a perfect fit there. And then I started trying it, and I started practicing the lead track because I did rhythm last time. I was like, all right, well, let me step it up a little bit and get some of this new stuff I've learned.
Hey, man, you're only running a race against yourself here.
yeah, it's true, but it was a good challenge. And it turns out it's a lot. There's a lot of different stuff happening. And I wanted to play it 100%. I was like, if I'm going to sit next to these guys, I'm going to at least try. I might get 40% accuracy, but I'm going to try it at 100%.
That's fair.
And see if I was able to learn it in a week.
That's noble.
I opted to go for the rhythm, which is much more in my wheelhouse, a lot of the stuff that I've been learning, so we're going to do that. I've been doing a lot of chord practice, which is the rhythm has been good for. So.
And Jared, you got talked into playing lead because you were a substitute. Anthony was supposed to play the song. I believe he was the note tracker on this.
That's right.
He was
horrible.
Unable. Yeah, he's a terrible human being, and he was unable to make it today. And it's like, hey, Jared, can you play this? He goes, sure. I'll jump in on bass. And then Josh is like, aren't you going to play lead? Yeah. And Jared's like, So I guess you're going to take a stab at lead.
Yeah. Well, I'm just here to make Josh look good.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I do his hair and makeup. So.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Josh is here to make Rocksmith look good. So go make Rocksmith look good. Here we go. It's Thrash Unreal by Against Me, and it's one of the 3 songs in the 2000s mix. I'm actually curious to see, because people have started to chime in on where they were through the 2000s, what the defining thing was.
Fascinating.
The Wookiee Way was working at Sega in the year 2000, which is pretty good.
There you go.
Jerk 000 says, I always crank it up to 100%. Yeah, don't do that.
You can do that.
But let the game... I'm in favor of letting the game learn who you are as a guitarist so that it can recommend what you need to know. And it will automatically bring your average difficulty, starting difficulty, up once it learns that you're competent. I had somebody say, like, it's so stupid, it doesn't work. And I'm like, wait, are you just cranking it to 100 every time? Yeah. Well, don't do that, and then the game will not assume that you don't know what you're doing. When you interrupt it, you are interrupting its flow like that. More chords, more chords! Never Conquer says, I was working in a clean room for Motorola in 2000. No doubt making Razor phones. W Skinny says, I was getting born. Shelks was just starting to play guitar in 2000, and Sitchian got married in 2000. Or as I like to call it, Permanent Player 2. quite well. Mad Al says, in 2000, I was wondering who the heck stole my 1990s. Timaturia says, in the 2000s, I was between the ages of 7 and 17. Lots of girlfriend things happened. Thank you for not kissing and telling.
But go on.
But I could stand to hear a little more. I was a cartoon character in the year 2000.
Which one?
Dan Electro. I was writing for Game Pro magazine. I was there from 97 to 2003. And 2000 was when I won Employee of the Year.
What?
Yes, I have a jacket to prove it.
Members only?
No.
I did great.
You both did wonderful.
I didn't.
I'm actually
I
no. I'm
didn't
going to
do
give
that
the win to Jared because Jared came in with even less preparation than you did. You practiced, so you have no excuse. Jared just made it happen magic here on the stream. So even though he's 3% lower,
I was gonna say, if I may point out, I did beat Jared.
Yeah, but not really.
Not for the first time.
We grade on a curve here, Josh.
Oh, man.
Sorry. I know I kind of want to build you up, and yet I really don't.
That's okay. In my mind, I'm way better than Jared. So
yeah, what's so like?
Why the hate? Where's the love?
What did Jared ever do to you?
Yeah.
Let's don't go into
Well, yeah,
that.
let's not.
We don't
let's
need,
not go
we
into
don't
that.
need to cover that
No,
territory
we've all seen the photographs. So yeah, what's your history with Against
That's
Me?
right.
Was this just one of your bands when you were growing up?
Yeah. I mean, I found them a little bit later. This was sort of the post-college skateboarding days from NoFX. I think they were on the same label, and so that's how I found these guys. And I just love its energy. It's that fast stuff. I think it's fun to play too because it's all like just the energy. It's a lot of quick downstrumming, makes it fun.
It's very accessible.
Yeah, and it's a cool story to the group. They came out of Florida. I just like the group and the voice. Her voice now. Her voice is so good for the lead singer that I like
Excellent.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you, and thanks for pinch hitting, Jared.
Thanks.
Always great
for
to see
having
you.
me, man.
This would not have happened without you because you were one of the people who early on was like, I think we should definitely be doing a stream. Dan, go do the work and make that happen. And I'm really glad you did that because here we are.
Yeah, and these lights above us, those are from my garage.
Yes, some of our lighting is
me.
on loan from the collection, the permanent collection of Jared McAdams, and he's like, we need lights. I'm like, I ain't got no budget. He's like, I'll bring in some light. And there they have stayed clipped to our rafters.
Yep.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Thanks, both of you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's our time for our first giveaway. We've got Ernie Ball swag to give you if you are the lucky winner. And here's what it looks like. You win everything that's seen here. It's super groovy. Ernie Ball is honestly, and speaking of how long it's taken us to get this stream off the ground, and then we've kept it going. I'm happy to say that I sort of called them out of the blue and said, "Hi, I'm new. I'm doing this thing, and I would love to be able to give away some stuff from you guys that would." That we could give away on the stream every week. And they're like, how much stuff do you want? And I'm like, like a couple of packs of strings would be great. Like if I could just give away like a pack or two of strings, that Ernie Ball is famous for their strings. Why not? And instead, they came back to like, well, look, how about we give you this assortment? And that's the assortment we've been using ever since. They actually over-donated, and then they've kept up that over-donation. So it's super sweet of them, and I really appreciate it. And everything that you see here is courtesy of Ernie Ball, and you could win it all. That's a peg winder, a brand new set of guitar strings and bass strings, a brand new strap, because that's always useful. You never know when you need more than one of those. A case of Wonder Wipes. Not really a case. It's really six Wonder Wipes in various flavors. This is their guitar maintenance system and their pre-moistened towelettes. And You'll get those. You'll get a dozen picks from Ernie Ball, and you'll also get 3 of our super rare Rocksmith picks as well. So all of these things can be yours if you follow what Jason Paradise tells you to do in the chat room, because he's the guy who will be running the raffle that we'll do for this. So, and if you don't win the first raffle, don't worry. We have another raffle for some of those same prizes coming up later in the show, and we also have some free DLC to give away. Which is great as well. I'm sure you've noticed that the other fine gentlemen have disappeared and been replaced by the even finer Brian Shu, who is currently tuning his guitar. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Dan.
Brian Shu, you may recognize from the videos that we've played of him with Super Soul Brothers. You're playing at a show in 2 weeks that I am going to be there for myself, but not as a musical artist. There's an arcade collecting show in just outside of San Jose, California, in beautiful Santa Clara, home of Six Flags Great America. And once a year, all the local arcade and pinball collectors bring their stuff out of storage, literally like warehouses full of stuff, 400 pinball and arcade games on free play for a weekend. And you pay one price and you get in for everything. And as the show has evolved, they've added some home gaming vendors, and they've added live music and speakers and stuff like that. And who's headlining the live music? It's Super Soul Brothers this week. That's super great. So I'm thrilled, because I don't get to see you enough in the office 20 feet away from your desk.
Right.
And I'm just a volunteer there, so I'm actually the house announcer for the show. So
cool.
If you're on the show floor, you're going to get sick of hearing my voice going, "Here's where the bathrooms are, everybody. Please stop peeing in the corner." So yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're interested in that, it's caextreme.org. If you happen to be in the Bay Area, it's a darn good time. And with your ticket to the event comes a free show from Super Soul Brothers. So what more could you ask for? I could ask you if you did this song. Did you do this song?
I did not. I think Sam did.
Sam did this song. That's right. But Sam has gotten traded to the Selkies track this week. Sam has been somehow talked into doing the hyper complicated track from Between the Buried and Me. So this was the song, obviously, that I was saying that this is my favorite song out of the pack. I've always kind of liked this band, and this one was like, this doesn't sound like the band's first album at all. It's very Beatlesque.
Right.
So yeah, I can't really ask you any insight on the track. You're playing lead, right?
Yeah.
Because I did bass just because it's easy and it's a little bit more fun to play than the rhythm, which is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, actually, with the lead, Sam also tracked the trumpet part.
Oh, great!
Because the guitar player actually plays that live sometimes as well. It's a really nice, catchy little line, and for the lead part, it's not too bad. It's a lot of kind of just pentatonic shapes, like very easy pentatonic box shape in kind of the 5th position. So it's like a very easy position or easy thing to learn. And then there's like a little bit of bending and vibrato, and it's not too bad.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I like the approachable songs. Let's approach 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco. Should be noted, it's tuned to D standard, which is why I'm playing Big Less, because my little Hofner clone, the Epiphone viola violin bass, doesn't really like to be down-tuned so much. So, not only am I not playing my bass, I'm not playing with a pick.
Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as lovers can, you know. Yeah, we're feeling so good, thinking of things we shouldn't read. Looks like the end of history as we know. It's just the end of the world. Back to the street where we began, feeling as good as loving you could, you can. Into a place with all
This does drop D very well.
into a room where it's 9 in the afternoon. We know that it could be, and we know that it should. And you know that you feel it too. 'Cause it's 9 in the afternoon, and your eyes are the size of the moon. You could 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon, your eyes are the size of the moon. You could 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good.
Hi, it's New Dan. I'm going to talk over the song.
Down to our feet, losing the
Go right ahead.
It was just
I'm gonna
eerily
prove that
quiet when I walked
I'm
in.
going to prove that I'm a professional that I can talk through. I can deal with people talking over my playing. Thank you for the bell solo.
Yeah, that was your Beatles Penny Lane tubular bells. Is that what you referred to them earlier? Yeah. Panic at the Disco, everybody. I wasn't planning on coming on just now, but
ladies and gentlemen, this is Brian McCune.
Hi, everybody.
He's our director of manager of musical content.
Go. Not a director level
I'm
yet.
going to give you a director title. It's going to be a special thing for our 2-year anniversary show. But if you don't want it, that's fine. And
see, I got him talking over the song.
Yeah,
all I had to do was show up. Someone else had to show up and it's like, oh, it's my turn to talk.
Yeah.
Original Dan to the rescue.
Hold on a second. Let me dominate the stream as much as humanly possible.
I love this.
What we did not do was best bits of previous streams.
Oh, yeah. It would be all me, I'm sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, one of my favorites was on the Doors stream where I got so tired, my left hand got so tired that Dan started fretting for me on the bass.
That would have, that would have been actually a greatest hit. I would be curious to see what the chat room thinks are some of our finer moments. I think I have to give it to Shane for
not blinking
for 3.5 minutes, which is actually a highlight that you can look for on our Twitch channel.
Sorry, I think he doesn't stretch that
Fifth
far.
fret. He's a percussionist. He doesn't know how to play guitar.
What are frets?
Thank you for showing up. That's kind of awesome because you're. It's not like you're playing a song in 5 minutes.
I am.
Oh, you are. Do you guys know what song you're playing yet? Because
I found out about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, good, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Shu, I'm sorry he upstaged you like that. It's
okay.
really, it's a very Brian thing.
Sorry.
You don't look very sorry.
Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, that's cool. I again really like that. And again, as a huge personal Beatles fan, I'm happy to have something Beatlesque.
Yeah.
So nakedly Beatlesque in the game. And it's real thing. This is actually my wife's ringtone. So
is it really?
I know this song. Well, I know
you know 10 seconds of this song.
I know 8 or 9 seconds of this song really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy to see this one finally make it in the game. But
did you guys already cover anything particularly hard or interesting in the guitar note track?
No, because Sam.
I know Sam did it.
Sam did it, and he mentioned that there's some vibrato parts. I'm speaking for you because you're not even here.
Yeah. Well, there were some non-guitar parts tracked.
Right.
What were you playing?
The trumpet parts.
Yeah.
I did mention that in the beginning.
I wasn't watching it.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's all right. That's fine. So yeah, there we go. Please, don't knock out Jared's lights, please. We already talked about the fact that the lights are on.
He wants those back.
Yeah, I know he does. Hey, so last week we played a great little commercial that Brendan Small put together for us, Brendan Small of Death Clock. And seeing as how it is our 2-year anniversary, I think this is one of the best videos ever made for us. Also, I forgot to change out the video. So why don't we play that as our halfway point? Jason Paradise in our chat room is... Did I take it out? Yeah. No. What? It was here. Oh, it was there? Do we have a video for the halfway point? No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Happy anniversary stream. We run a tight ship over here.
Yeah, no. I changed it back to what it was. It was cameras.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot. Oh, okay. So we don't have a halfway video. But you
Let's
said
make
you're going to
one.
do something on the fly? Brian Pody of the Wheels of Steel. He's the guy that keeps the show running more often than you would possibly know. Mm-hmm. Lots of very clever solutions to our technical problems, and sometimes our more organic technical problems when I forget to do things like set up a video.
Organic Dan.
Yeah.
So happy 2-year anniversary. We got rid of the couch, but we gained new technical.
We've been through so much in 2 years.
We really have.
It's pretty crazy. When we started, there was an IKEA couch. And we all sat sunkenly, and we had a coffee table that everybody kept kicking, and one mic that we were all supposed to talk into. We didn't even have the headset. CC Smith provided us with these headsets.
And we were picking up the sound of the electric guitars and the bass.
Yeah, of just the strings.
You hear just all this metal clanging over the note track. It was
really unpleasant. We did a terrible job, but thank you for staying with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing up all of our worst things. Too.
Sure, I can bring up more.
Would you please?
No, I don't know.
Why don't we take a short break?
Right.
We'll let Pody work on his magic. You've got a giveaway to deal with Jason Paradise. He's giving giving away DLC codes for Steam users. So if you're on PC or Mac, now's the time to cash in. We've got 5 codes that Jason will give you right now. And I guess Pody's got something that he's got.
We don't know what it is.
Well, I have no idea. And we'll be back with a song that I don't know what it is after this. So thanks for putting up with us and tuning in this week.
Rocksmith gave me that confidence that I can learn to play the guitar and master it completely.
I've struggled with every other way, and I found this way to be the best. And that's like an honest fact.
I put on my bass, I plug it into my computer, and I'm playing real music. I'm playing an actual song right out of the box.
I've got some sweet, awesome guitar riffs that I can pull out anytime.
There are songs that I was struggling with, and now I'm just like, this is easy.
Rocksmith 2014 provides a comprehensive, complete package for learning the guitar. Whether you want to learn a song, whether you want to compete, whether you want to create your own music, you have everything you need or could desire with playing the guitar.
Rocksmith comes with a real-tone cable that allows you to plug your electric guitar or bass directly into your PlayStation 3 system, your Xbox 360, your PC or Mac.
Rocksmith features over 50 plus songs right there on the disc. We also have an expansive library of over 200 songs available to download.
When you start playing a song on Rocksmith, it starts off very easy, with just one note at a time. We then use a system called dynamic difficulty that adjusts the level based on how you're doing.
As you play and you prove that you can get it right, it will actually level you up. It's responding dynamically to your skill level.
Within any song, there's some part that is difficult or some part that's going to be difficult for the person learning it. What Rocksmith allows you to do with the riff repeater is to go in there, isolate that particular section of the song or the riff that is difficult, and really allows you to repeat it and work on it, change it in a way that you can learn it, and then you can go back and put what you've learned into the song.
We all can use tools to help our students. The mini games, they're basically guitar exercises that I've taught many times, but disguised in like a really fun interactive game. And I could see where a student that's struggling to learn their chords could probably do it for an hour and not even realize that they were actually practicing, but they're really improving.
I really like the session mode where it kind of opens up the possibility for you to kind of freeform and also gives you a roadmap of where to play within that key. And then the kind of feel of, just throwing you changes once in a while like a real band will.
It's very much like playing a video game, but it's obviously this learning software that is much more than that.
Games, because of the feedback involved, are much more effective at teaching people than if people just learn the concepts from a book or a lecture.
Earlier this year, RSG was commissioned to conduct a research project. We pre-recruited approximately 200 people nationally, gave them the software to use at home for 3 weeks. A large majority noticed a significant improvement of their guitar skills. Their speed and movement on the fret improved significantly. Rocksmith was considered the fastest way to learn guitar.
I learned so much in 60 days. I didn't think I would have picked it up as quickly as I did. And I'm super comfortable with all the techniques, everything, so it's great.
With the 60-day challenge, I was able to play things that I had thought impossible with ease, and it was not a problem at all. Rocksmith is definitely the fastest way to learn the guitar. I don't know if I could have learned the guitar any other way.
If you want to learn, Rocksmith is the way to go. I can't believe that I've learned so much in such a small amount of time.
I would definitely recommend Rocksmith to other people. In fact, I have.
Rocksmith costs way less than any private lessons you can do.
Rocksmith works because it's fun, it's entertaining.
I've told people about Rocksmith. They're like, oh yeah, I've heard about this Rocksmith. I'm like, do it, it works.
Hey everybody! Hi, Artie Fufkin, Polymer Records. Welcome back to the Rocksmith 2014 live stream. My name is Dan Amrick. Actually, I'm the community developer on behalf of Rocksmith 2014, and you have joined us for our 2-year anniversary, such as it is. I did do something special for the 2-year anniversary. I threw out a bunch of Xbox 360 full game codes on our Twitter account earlier today.
Nice.
Because I found a stash that I didn't realize I had, and I was like, what do I
found
have?
a stash.
I cut
right,
my hair
I'm
for
done.
the 2-year
I'm done.
anniversary.
It's
That's
over.
cool.
That's great.
Did you?
Nope. I'm done with that. I'm not doing that stuff
He's not
anymore.
cutting his hair. We watched the first stream again, and Greg had like a buzz cut. He
Yeah.
looked like a different human being.
That's right.
Yeah.
Back when you were young and adorable.
Young and
It's amazing.
naive.
Yeah.
Now he's got the wind in his hair and not a
Right.
care in the world.
Right. and lots of hair on his lip.
Yep.
Yep. You are at last a man. Well, you're also playing in a funk band, so I suppose like some 70s facial hair gives you a little bit of stage cred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gregory Barr, ladies and gentlemen, one of our note trackers, and of course the returning Brian McCune, manager of Magical Maladies or whatever you're.
Nope. Don't make. They'll
Where am
run
I?
with it. Don't say
Are
any.
you sure?
Don't give him any fodder.
You're the leader of the Ministry of Magic or something, I think?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Luna Lovegood.
Very good. Wow. Current. That's fantastic.
Okay.
So I guess we're okay now. I guess we've gotten past the danger zone with the guitars and calibrating and changing.
Yeah,
everything.
I think my P90s were picking up something a little extra, some extra love. But
It'd be like a mariachi station or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very Spinal Tap moment. Maybe I shouldn't have worn the Spinal Tap shirt. Maybe I'm the one that's cursing everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault. I got no timing. Wow, that's what we're playing. So last week,
he literally didn't know.
I really didn't know. So last week, and I'm not sure. I was asking earlier who it was that asked for this, but somebody.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I copy and pasted. I can look it up real quick.
Well,
but,
no, I think I can also just ask the
feel
chat
like
room.
It might have been like a J-Rock or something like that. J-Rock 19 maybe.
Last week, someone asked repeatedly, and we were having problems with the chat room software. This time, it wasn't our problem. I couldn't see the chat in real time, and somebody was asking over and over again, can you please discuss vibrato bends? And after the show, Brian said, hey, man, this guy was really into this, and he really had a good question that I think we can answer. Can we answer it next week on the stream? And I said, sure, we're going to have 3 songs, and we always like to play 4 songs, and so we can make that 4th song be a good illustration of vibrato bends. And we said, Greg, would you be willing to come on and explain how to do vibrato bends? And he said, of course, because Greg is very accommodating and a polite man, and a great guitar tutor, too. But if that's you who asked for this, please know we're sorry we missed your name.
Jack Waddy 11.
Jack Waddy 11. See, we had your name all along.
Yeah.
We were listening just after the fact. But I appreciate that when people have something that they want to know. You've got experts here. We like to do that kind of stuff. We like to give you the knowledge that you're looking for, whether it's inside Rocksmith or something just outside Rocksmith that maybe can be explained a little bit better. So what's a vibrato bend, Greg?
Vibrato. Well, I kind of want to just talk about vibrato in general as a concept because I don't think we've touched it that much.
No, let's do
yeah, let's get some
close-up cam. I'm going to whack you in the face here. All right.
So basically vibrato is just
we've got
basically it's bending, in between pitches, but just in a very small and usually the faster manner. So, generally the play a note and then a very and everyone has their own technique for vibrato and all that. A really subtle way to do it is kind of to play it and then just to kind of go back and forth.
Hold on, I'm going to turn down my... There we go.
That's super subtle.
So you're moving your finger back and forth towards and away from the neck.
Right,
the bridge,
exactly. Just kind of pulling and pushing the string. The way I tend to do it for these kind of things, especially if it's a bit more of an aggressive one. And that you're just kind of... I'm resting my finger on the neck and using that as kind of a fulcrum. And I think everyone does this differently, and I think if you asked any of the other note trackers, they'd have slightly different techniques for it. But it really depends on what finger you're using, what string it's on. Like, you don't really want to do that on the first string too much. Just go up. But if it's your third finger, it's basically just shaking the note, and you can do it faster or slower depending. It's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
And then when
so
you're
it's
bending,
not pressing like the string harder, because I feel like that's what some people think it might be.
No, that's not at all. That won't really change the pitch much at all.
Yeah.
But it depends how dramatic you want to be. And if you're big into like 80s hair metal and shred guitar, they'll do some huge vibrato. So it's basically just bending, yeah. It's basically just bending as fast or slow as you want to. And you know, when you're doing a bend vibrato, that's just a bend up to a pitch, holding it, and then just kind of shaking it, bending it smaller.
Yeah, I think that was his question, because about like, so since you're adding all this tension to the string by bending, how are you supposed to control the vibrato? And what are you doing? You're kind of holding on extra tight. I see you've got your thumb wrapped around there.
I tend to do that.
Well, yeah, when you're bending up, you want to have a firm grip on the neck so you can have control. And your first finger is down as well, too, isn't it? When you're doing that, to kind of give you a little more pressure, right?
I personally like, especially if like a bend like this, I personally like to wrap my thumb around the neck because it gives me more.
Yeah, there we go.
You're getting ready to launch.
But basically, you just you kind of bend and release it faster.
And I noticed that you are using 3 fingers on that string. When I first started learning to bend, I was like, I can't do bends. It hurts too much.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, why? What do you do? I'm like, well, you know, I can't. I don't have enough strength
if you're trying to do
in that finger. And they're like, no, do all 3 and sort of reinforce the muscle. Right. Use your whole hand to bend it, and you will get much smoother, much more more stable bends that way.
Yeah. And you notice that when the string is bent and you're doing the vibrato, you don't have to move it as far to get the vibrato, because since there's already that much tension on the string, the littlest movement will give you more up and down and more variance in pitch.
Right.
It's a math thing.
Oh, you had to go and ruin it.
It's science.
It's science.
Cool.
You're doing science. Every time you bend and do vibrato, you're doing science. We got a couple people in the chat room. Yoba says BB King is a god of bends and vibrato.
Oh, yeah.
He has his own
bends.
very like special vibrato where he just like, you know, I can't even do it.
First
It's
finger
super
vibrato.
fast. Yeah, it's usually a first finger vibrato.
Yeah.
It's just like really fast.
Yeah, Play the Thrill is gone. I think we have some of that stuff tracked, and it's when you see it in the note way, you know, there's those 4 lanes coming down. If the jewel is in the leftmost position, that means play it with your first finger. And so he's got this kind of thing where he kind of shakes
super fast, shaky vibrato kind of thing.
Right. But like you said, there's a lot of personal expression in there. It's a lot of
very much
however you choose to do it, and then what kind of sound you're looking for as well. Vary the technique. Goof around with it. Have fun.
Right.
And naturally, you've chosen Is This Love by Whitesnake.
Because
now,
this was one of my favorite songs to track. Like,
okay. I thought we were going to do Boston, because I kept hearing, like, yeah, we should probably do Boston. I'm like, well, we just did Boston last week with the 4th of July stuff.
We haven't done this song for a while. On
That's
stream.
totally
It's a good time
fine.
to bring
And
it
I
back.
wonder if people don't realize that Is This Love by Whitesnake is a song that's in the game. So.
And it's great. And there's a bunch of like vibrato in it, slow and fast, and vibrato bends. And
very
all this
intentional bends where it's like, he's got like the solo when it starts, it has like a it kind of bends in between half steps.
And it's kind of in time. It's in time vibrato. Vibrato doesn't have to be in time. But usually it's faster, but this was like an in time sort of.
Yeah. Which is like one thing that's great about Rocksmith 2014 as opposed to the first version. We just had a container for bend. We couldn't say by how much, go up and down, when do you bend, that kind of thing. So this is one we were very much looking forward to updating when we updated all the Rocksmith 1 DLC, because we're like, oh yes, we can finally get those contours. So you're welcome.
You're welcome. So this is Do You Love Me by the Contours? No. This is This Love by Whitesnake, by request, indirectly.
By the Thamesmen.
By the Thamesmen, that's right. From Pop Look and Listen in 1965. Yeah, happy to offer things like this when people have specific... Wow. Holy P90s, man.
Yeah, buddy. You're going to rock these P90s.
I'm going to talk a little bit about P90s while you play.
Yeah. I got this for the P90s.
So P90s are Gibson's first pickup design. It's a single coil design, but it is known for being very microphonic. So if you play it near, say, a computer monitor,
super hot,
some kinds of lights, anything that has electrical interference, it will sometimes make these pickups hum. However, they sound beautiful. They overdrive extremely well.
Yeah. Maybe not the best guitar for chorusy effects.
But it's your guitar.
Yeah.
And that makes it the best guitar. The humbucking pickup was designed as an alternative, a cleaner. Like, hey, we are getting a lot of noise over these pickups. And that's when the humbucker came around, people trying to make a quieter pickup. And it turned out it had a very different voice, too. So, single coil humbucker, I like mini humbuckers, which give you the spank of single coils, but the quiet of humbuckers. At least I think they do. You can always write me and talk about how guitars are made. I love talking about that stuff.
You can kind of watch, the way I'm vibratoing with different fingers. Like first finger vibrato.
Almost.
The chat room has decided this is stripper music. What? The chat room has decided that Whitesnake is stripper music, and they are suggesting another $1 for Dan. Another $1 for Dan. You're too kind. It's really not necessary or even remotely appropriate. Burn121 asks, are you using the middle or both pickups?
I was using both. Oh, you?
Go ahead.
Both.
Sorry.
Can't talk and play that riff at the same time.
This
is kind of hard.
You guys do your thing.
I switched to both halfway through. I love this solo.
Thank you for... it's all about the Hamiltons, baby. Thanks very much.
Call you Aaron Burr by the way you're dropping Hamilton.
That's right. Oh, thank you. You're too kind, and please never do that again.
Let's just exaggerate all the vibratos.
This song does take me back, though. I mean, I remember standing on the wall at the school dance like it was yesterday.
People are going to say, Wallflowers confirmed. Liberace confirmed. Moody Blues confirmed.
Oh, boy, here we go. Yeah, all of the jokes that
we want to retire after this two-year anniversary.
The jokes that went too far and just ceased to be funny. By the way, people wanted to see me earn that $1. Oh, okay. It's all right. No, it's fine. Sonny Sharrock, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go deep. Wow, holy P90s, man.
I know.
But again, like you're dealing with
the lights.
You've got Jared's lights have compact fluorescence in them, and of course, fluorescent bulbs really make guitar pickups go crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're sitting underneath the CFL, like 3 CFLs right there is pretty bananas.
Yeah, well, we did it.
I'm glad. No, you know what? That turned out to be a very.
Vibrato.
I didn't think about all of the vibrato in that song, so I'm really glad that you did choose that one. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one riff. Right.
We kind of just
on the 11th
between those.
Just goes forever.
Yeah.
Speaking of going forever, do you have time for a couple of questions while you're
Sure.
here? I mean, we don't have too much time before I want to wrap
we just
up the
confirmed
show.
Liberace. I don't know why they would have any more.
We did not confirm Liberace. We did not. And, you know, we're going to end with a big, terrifying song. Pody and Sam are going to come on and play Selkies the Endless Obsession.
I'm looking at it. It's like looking at Manhattan from the side.
It is pretty insane.
Yeah.
But let me take a peek and see if there's anything. Dr. F. Meat says, hello from Awesome Orchestra.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is from Awesome Orchestra, but I love that username.
Dr. F. Meat or Durf Meat. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm giving them the credit of going to Meat Medical School to call him a doctor, but perhaps it's Durf Meat. I'm not sure. Yes, Selkies is next. So if you have any questions for our manager of Magical Melodies or note tracker Greg Barr, you're also in a band. I mentioned this before.
Yes.
The Gentlemen Amateurs.
That's right.
Did your Indiegogo campaign conclude?
Yes, it concluded.
And you've got monies?
Yes, we have the monies. We're recording one more song in about 2 weeks, and then the album.
Cool. With your new singer?
Nope, with our original singer.
All
We're
right,
keeping
cool.
the album
Okay.
consistent.
Oh, because you're going to
That's
add one more track to the album because of this.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's very, very good. I'm taking a look to see what I may have missed, but of course, most of it seems to be people having fun at my expense, which does make this an average show in many ways. Yeah, it's all just goofy stuff. So if you have any further questions for the team, you can always reach out to us. Twitter is one of the best possible ways to get a hold of us. We're pretty good about watching those and trying to respond to as many things as we can. Go to @RocksmithGame, or if you have something specific about the studio or the way that it works, at Ubisoft Studio SF.
Before we go,
really? Because
no, I know. Elliot sent me something on Facebook today. I didn't tell you about this.
Toy Machine SH from
Yes.
theriffrepeater.com.
That's right. And normally when he sends me something, he's like, "Something's wrong. Something's on fire. They saw something.
You need to know."
And every time I get a message, I didn't respond to him, so this is going to be news to him. Every time I get a message from him, I'm like, "Okay, what do we do? What do we do wrong? What happened?" And it's like, "Has anybody played in the Hall of the Mountain King?" I love it. And I always stop around at the ending, and I like Godzilla. Does anybody else do that? I love it, the way
That's
it ramps
how I
up
wrote it, yeah.
in
That's what I was
intensity.
doing.
So I thought, Greg did that arrangement. So
I was stomping like Godzilla the whole time.
That was the Slagato.
Right.
Yes, I remember being there when you invented the term Slagato of how to play this very like thick slabs of rock.
Yeah.
If you have not seen the Boxsmith behind the scenes documentary, that is worth seeing. Go to our YouTube channel /Rocksmith. And it's a beautiful little 3-part thing that Jared actually put together.
Yeah.
Of when Brian had hatched the idea for Boxsmith, which was doing guitar specific recordings and special arrangements of classical music, but that would work in the context of Rocksmith. We also rolled tape, and we used actual tape, analog baby. We recorded sort of some of the rehearsals and then some of the recording sessions at Fantasy Studios in Berkeley. It was a really great experience for us, and obviously I'm happy to say that a lot of people liked what came out of that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
in the Hall of the Mountain King was Greg's arrangement, and beautiful. Sam actually played on that.
Oh, yeah.
Sam was one of the guitarists on that recording.
That's a good segue. We should
That
bring
is
Sam
an
on.
excellent segue. But yes, thank you both for coming on, and thank you for the surprise of Whitesnake. That was good. And thank you for the money over there.
Dan, does it make you miss your denim jacket?
I still have my denim jacket. You want me to wear it tomorrow? There's nothing to miss. Here, I'll take that for you.
White denim jacket and Marlboro Reds. That's what I see.
All right, Pody, please give us something, baby. There we go. Now, one thing that we get, I guess the number one question over 2 years of live streaming has been, when are you guys going to get blank? And we're not just playing match game. We're actually doing, like, hey, when are you guys going to get my favorite song or this band that I'm really looking forward to or what have you? And we have a way to do that. Now, people always say, oh, you guys never listen to the requests, but we do. That URL that you're seeing on the screen right now, that's where to go. It does link to a Facebook app. You do not need Facebook or a login to use it. You only need your Uplay login, which is free. Go to uplay.ub.com, and you can sign up for that. And you'll also find that you can unlock a bonus song in Rocksmith. You get extra things that you can unlock in the game with your Uplay points. It's really just a sort of like a loyalty program thing for across all Ubisoft games. So this is how to get your voice heard directly and clearly, because we really do take this data that we would get from this little app, and it only takes you a couple of seconds. Yes, there's only 3 slots there, but just reload the app after you've given us 3 requests, and you can request as many as you like. I will say this much: don't bother requesting the same song multiple times. It was with some horror that I used to help go through this data. Brian does it now, and he's got a better system. I went through by hand and found 403 requests for the same song. This doesn't do anybody any good, and in fact, 402 of those were thrown away. We know you want that song by just telling us once, and we do keep it. Your requests do not expire. So, oh, hey, what happened there, baby? Woo, we're gone. This is so much easier. And so are your mics. There you are.
Hello.
Hi, Sam.
What's up, man?
So in any case, that's where to go. I was just vamping. Thank you for finally finishing that. But your requests are welcome, and they really do count. We do everything that we can to try to accommodate them.
That's really true.
Sam Schwartz, you are not helping my credibility on this show.
Yeah, I know.
I know. That's not why you're here.
I'm sorry, man.
Congratulations once again on your successful run of Rock of Ages.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's good to be done. This is the guitar I used for most of it.
This is
the Pody.
This is a Brian Pody built guitar. Pody, you said this is Karina, right?
That's correct.
So this is beautiful. Was this the first guitar you built, or one of many, or like where was this in your guitar evolution?
It's the most recent.
Oh, okay. This is the new baby.
Uh-huh.
Well done on the gold hardware. I'm not usually a fan of gold hardware, but because a lot of times it looks like it doesn't belong there, but by going, it just accentuates the burst you've got there, and this nice sort of like honey brown.
It's a nice golden brown. It's like a good,
toasty.
Yeah, like a well-baked piece of bread.
That's right.
I'm not usually a fan of gold hardware either, but I had it all sitting around. I had all the hardware, and I was like,
what am I going to do?
I need a guitar to go with all this hardware.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that for a second. So, yes, which one of you, which is neither, I think, did Selkie's The Endless Obsession by Between the Buried and Me?
You are correct.
This is a Shane song? Did Shane track
much
this?
to Shane's dismay, I think. Yeah.
So this is difficult. This is a 7.5-minute song. This is full-on prog metal. It swings wildly. If you saw the trailer, and you'll see the trailer again, but the trailer kind of sucker punches you by giving you a little bit of some of the calmer section of this song, and then it ends in
all
fury.
Lies.
Yeah.
All lies.
It's kind of like 2 songs mashed together.
Yeah,
yes.
and it really is. It's 2 3.5 minutes or 4-minute songs almost mashed together. And Shane planned a whole tour around not having to play this on the show.
I think that's true. Yep. Shane is on tour with Hail the Sun. He's currently on the Warp Tour off on the East Coast.
It's not hard work. It's not him putting his heart and soul into his music. It's I don't want to play Selkies.
I don't want to have to play this on the stream. So who does it fall to?
So Shane usually takes like 5 days to do a note track.
Oh yeah, Shane's fast.
And
Shane's very fast.
This
took him like a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I was going to say, because usually you're budgeted between 10 and 14 days, depending on the complexity of the track, and sometimes you can get them done earlier. Sometimes they take the full time, but very rarely do they go over a month on Selkies, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
I think he had to take some breaks to unwind and do other songs in the middle and come back to it.
So when I did the transcription review for the rhythm chart, I think you did the transcription for the lead, or no, maybe Travis did the transcription for review for the. But I
avoided this like the plague.
Yeah. So like I went in there and I had to do the rhythm transcription for the for this song, and I went in there and there was a phrase that he labeled, and it was called. It was just in all caps. It was transcribe this. In all caps.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I was like perfectly named. It was awful. It was the worst thing I've ever had to do a review for. And we figured it out, but it was like, it's just like hearing all that mud and like, you know, like, cause it's these 2 guitar players kind of playing very sloppily in a low register down tuned guitar. And it's just like clash.
Well, that's the other thing. This is in C# standard.
Absolutely.
So that adds a little fun extra thing. I should point out that Audrey has played this. Audrey123 Talks on YouTube.
Yeah, she's gonna make it. She should take our jobs right now.
And I understand
she's
that
so good.
The chat room tells me that Halsby has 99% on it. already.
Wow.
So the question becomes:
go to YouTube and watch those videos.
No.
Have a great week.
No. You can't get out of this. You got to. But where do you think you are realistically in terms of where do you think you're going to net out on this?
70.
I did like a 88 before when I was really practicing it hard, and I've just been working since then. So probably like a 83, 85.
Okay, so 83, 85 on rhythm.
Mine's
70s.
way easier though. Mine's way easier.
All right, then Pody, let's do this.
All right.
So this is.
And we need guitar audio on here, right?
You need nothing.
Hey, not like it's gonna help. Right?
Pody is. Wow, that's low. So Brian Pody's simultaneously running the board and gonna shred this solo for you between the Buried and Me. Selkie's The Endless Obsession.
Lol.
7.5 minutes of lol.
We were singing this morning, and it was like miss.
We wanted to do something special for the 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And we wanted to just torture.
You're
Brian
gonna watch
and
us
Sam,
die
so.
live.
Remember, folks, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. They're at least giving it a try. I'm going to stay shut up, and Jarmac SF can answer your questions in the chat room while I'm quiet.
Got it.
Well done. Pit stop.
Yeah, right.
I like the fact when you said, well, my part's a lot easier than Pody. They both look impossible to me, for the record.
It gets worse. It gets worse for Pody. Look at this. So he's having to do all this stuff. This is where it gets worse for him and easier for me. That's nice. That's a good one.
The funny thing about this song is,
you do not need to speak during this, Bodhi. It's okay.
no, the solo is kind of the part that makes the most musical sense. So in a way, it's the easiest part of the song.
Because it
it's
goes
not
where
this
you
chromatic,
sort of feel like it's going to go, right?
Yeah, like the guitar player or guitar players in this band just envision the instrument in such a different way from me that I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's how. Yeah. He couldn't have put it better than that for me as well.
That sounds great.
Thanks, bro. I've been practicing my chords.
Is it there? Can I help?
No, you're good.
Oh. I hope that stayed in tune better for Rock of Ages.
Oh, it did. I mean, it's that C-sharp standard.
I think Cody just changed the strings on this though. So.
Oh yeah, yesterday.
I think they may still be settling, and this is quite the workout for them. So.
Yeah, I put this thing through hell in Rock of Ages, man.
By the way, our community manager, Jason Paradise, the man that gives you all the free things, is grinning ear to ear right now. He's a really big fan of progressive metal. And this is quite literally music to his ears.
I love this part. These chords are so cool. But I got these tiny little girl hands not helping me for this. But Audrey can play. I don't know.
Exactly. If only we had tiny little girl hands like Audrey's.
I know, right? She does everything with her ring finger, too.
I know.
I wish I was half the guitar player that a 12-year-old Japanese girl is.
Hey, she's 13.
It says 12 on the internet.
I think maybe she's turning 13 in November. That note track looks like a bowl of Fruit Loops.
See? Rhythm. Rhythm.
It just
You
looks like
remember when we were in that meeting and you were like, so you're just, it's hard, but you're going to do the rhythm, right? And I was like, yeah, rhythm. Rhythm. Yeah, so he had to
It's
go
like
through
somebody spilled a bowl of Fruity Pebbles just down the street and
No,
he went
no,
around picking them all up.
Yeah.
It's little, I've never
You're just like,
seen
you have to
anything
tap
like
to
that.
get this Fruit Loop, and
Oh, that was ridiculous.
yeah, it's awful, dude. It is just hard.
It is a nightmare for players.
I lay awake at night and I hear this song.
Yeah. Wow. Holy cow! All right, let's see what the You were right. You hit in the 70s, and you did much better. You did 92.
I did 92. Okay,
that's great. But still, man, considering that neither of you note tracked it, and neither of you have been practicing this like endlessly the way that
I think we've also voted that this might be the hardest note track in Rocksmith right now.
Well, I
like
would
the lead chart might be the hardest chart.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I would give it some credibility there.
Yeah, I think or it's like at least in the top contenders, you know,
Sure.
like for
sure.
hardest chart in the game, you know.
It just
Okay, then harder than Cliffs of Dover.
yeah, because Cliffs of
Cliffs of Dover follows
You
makes
can
some
hear-
melodic sense,
Yeah.
as you were saying. Yeah.
And this one, you're just like, oh my god, what is happening?
That's exactly what it is. It is just a nightmare of cacophony. It's just like like that part where that one riff
Yeah.
that just like super fast 16th notes. That's the transcribe this riff, and I was just like, and I can't hear it. So like, it's hard for me to feel satisfied playing it because I'm like, I can't hear it. I can't hear what's going on.
Sure.
So I'm dying inside a little.
Well, I want you to know that people are loving what you guys just did. I can't believe Pody can talk calmly and rationally through this. Pody the janitor just cleaning it up. Just absolutely cleaning it up.
Yeah, man.
I thought I made the mess.
Sweep, Pody, sweep. I think that's where the Pody the janitor came from because you did all those beautiful.
That's a good one. I like that.
all
Pody the
those-
janitor.
Yeah,
Mopping the
Pody the
floor.
janitor, mopping the floor. Yeah.
picking.
Let's see. What
like
else?
it.
Holy cow!
I
Just
like it.
a lot of
Mop
people are just like, "Holy cow, that's amazing." So, is this harder than Holy Wars?
I don't know. I didn't have to play that one.
I had to play that.
No,
I had to play that, and it was not. It was. This is way harder than Holy Wars.
Yeah,
because Holy Wars, again, another song you can hear what's going on.
You can anticipate the changes a little bit better.
Yeah, and you know Marty
Friedman,
super clean, and I mean, like I said, the solo is actually the easiest part of this, and all the sweep shapes are kind of like vanilla. You know, it's like, oh, major chord, minor chord,
right?
Like it's all pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's the first half of the song that's just wild.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's shifting again. Where is it? Where is this going? It's never shifting back down to where it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's just jazz.
Wow. So, let me just say, now, Dan, your turn. No.
Jazzy Bodie.
It's just jazz. Yes, good job, guys. Dazzling. Bravo. Nice. Exclamation point raffle. I guess that's some sort of, they don't really care about you. Was it harder to track than Hendrix, asks M. Robbins 5.
Oh, I'd have to assume that's a
Shane
Shane question.
Because I remember when you guys were working on Hendrix, it was rough.
Hendrix was a different type of challenge,
right? Yeah.
Because with this band, like, so the thing about this particular song, and maybe I'm guessing a little bit here, but having done the review and had to play the song, I can see that the things that they're doing technically are very, very difficult, and so to capture just whatever is going on in the actual song note-wise was very tricky because it doesn't make a lot of melodic sense. It's hard to infer what's going on if you don't play music that's this style. And with Hendrix, it's more about capturing his eccentricities, which are so great that to capture them accurately is it takes a lot of work, because with Hendrix, when you play his stuff, it's like he had a way that he plays, and when you transcribe, you're transcribing Hendrix for a new generation, like, because a new generation of players is going to learn how to play Hendrix through this game.
Sure.
And so for us, we're all like, that's a
responsibility.
Responsibility is a good way to look at it. So for us, we were like, okay, well, we can't dodge those little eccentricities. We want to make sure that we get those things so that when players who are coming up learn those things, they can be like, what's this? And they start asking those questions and they start learning that stuff. For this, it's like, it's just hard because there's just so much going on.
Yeah, it hit me when transcribing Purple Haze. I was like, I am transcribing the most iconic guitar song ever.
Yeah.
It better be right.
No pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah.
Well, that's a good point. Remember that when we make DLC, it is purely the skill and talents of our note trackers. We're not using input from the artists. We're not using official tablatures. We're not using anything but their ears and their knowledge of music theory and the way that things go together. And they study the players. They study the way the players play what they've created, and they are doing their damnedest to recreate that exactly the way that, so that you can learn how your heroes are actually playing guitar. So hats off for everything that you do, and hats off for doing that. That was freaking crazy.
We love you, Shane.
We love you, Shane.
We actually love you.
But not at the moment, because you're like, ugh. Yeah. Hey, let's do that final giveaway, and we'll get you guys some ice, for the fingers.
That'd be great.
I think that'd be wonderful.
Finger ice is like my favorite ice.
Finger ice. I think they're on the Warped Tour along with Hail the Sun. Finger Ice, great band. Did you get their EP? No, you're not even gonna. You just
keep talking out of that, buddy.
Staring me down. Hey, I've got better things to say. Like, here's all the fun stuff you can win right now. We've got some great stuff from Ernie Ball. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we have 2 of these to give away every week, and this is the second one. So if you missed the earlier one, that's groovy.
I can do some
because here's your second chance to get it. Brand new peg winder, which makes changing those strings that much easier. And we've got some strings for you to change. Brand new regular slinky. Those are the 10 to 46s. And then regular slinky bass, which I think are the 50s to 105s. Is that what it is? I actually can't see the screen from here, so I'm not sure, but I'm guessing. So anyway, brand new set of bass strings as well as guitar strings. And oh boy, you guys are going for it, huh? Brand new strap. I've got these in a couple of different colors. It's kind of random what I get, so it's random what you'll get. The latest batch has come in with some brown ones, so if you have a Sunburst guitar, maybe that will accentuate that very nicely. A little sampler pack of Wonder Wipes to keep your guitar nice and clean. That's to clean the strings, clean the fretboard, and clean the body. A nice polished cloth. A little bit of everything that you could ever want. Plus a dozen picks from Ernie Ball, because we know that, you lose them. You always need to have one on you. Plus 3 of our very rare Rocksmith picks. People have asked, are Rocksmith picks are they are mediums, and they are the Delrin style. So they're they're not glossy generally. But I think we still do have a couple of glossy ones left. In any case, all of this can be yours if you follow what Jason Paradise tells you to do in the chat room. He's doing the giveaway as I speak endlessly, hoping that Brian Pody will finally click away and get me to a camera. There we go. Hey, wow, what was all that sound? It was amazing. Thank you so much, not only for tuning in this week, but for tuning in for the last 2 years. This started as an experiment. We all said this is something that we want to do. We thought it was a great way to interface with our hardest core fans, and we thought this was the best possible way to do it. We get to come on, we get to tell you who the people are that make this game behind the scenes, and also the people that are best equipped to give you some extra insight into the songs that you're hopefully enjoying to learn how to play. And if you guys didn't keep tuning in and showing up every week, then we wouldn't be able to keep doing this. So super, super grateful to you guys and gals, and how you choose to define yourself. Thank you for tuning in every week. And thank you for telling everybody else. I know there's no tuning to do. It's not a television dial. I'm very old. But thank you for showing up every week as you do. And you just gave me this look. Like, you're like, you
I always
sad
give you that look.
old man.
Whoa.
Tomorrow,
inference.
it is. I'm also sad and old, so it's not really you. Tomorrow, in our forums at rocksmith.com, you will find a little clue as to next week's DLC. That's right, we are continuing the DLC train, woo woo, and it will keep going until they tell us to stop, and they have not told us to stop. So Jason Paradise and I sort of put our heads together and tossed around a couple of ideas, and we went with a good idea that Jason had. And if you'd like to solve a little puzzle to figure out what's next week, then just tune in again. Stop by rocksmith.com and look at the DLC section of our official forums. That is where you will find Jason's clue for tomorrow, and look for those words because it'll be called Jason's clue. I think that's pretty much it. We will leave you once again with a look at the 2000s Mix DLC. Thank you to all of our fine players. Thank you to you guys for rising to the challenge.
Oh, dude, that's all Pody, man.
No, you were definitely here. That's true.
You volunteered me too, but
that's true. You got suckered into this by Pody.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing it, and he was like, you're doing it. I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
Fair enough. We'll be back next week, same time, 3 o'clock Pacific in the afternoon, 6 o'clock Eastern in the evening, and then 10 o'clock GMT, plus wherever that is for you in Europe, because you guys have all kinds of time zones that we don't understand. We leave you with a look at the 2000s mix, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Rated T for Teen.
Back to the street, down to our feet, losing the feeling of feeling unique. Do you know what I mean? Back to the place where we used to say, man, it feels good to feel this way. And now I know what I mean. Back to the street, back to the place, back to the room where it all began. Back to the room where it all began. 'Cause it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon. Your eyes are the size of the moon. You're good 'cause you can, so you do. We're feeling so good, just the way that we do. When it's 9 in the afternoon. The sweet relief is above. The sweet relief is above. The sweet relief is above. The sweet relief is